Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to ICYFAR. I cast your freaking awesome replays for short, and it is a monthly challenge. The games we're casting today are from the Proxy Everything challenge. We've got Chimichanga in the top left from my clan, probably the submitter of the replays, I would imagine, and Assassin down here in the bottom right side of the map as well. Now, like I said, it was the Proxy Everything challenge where you had to try and proxy as much as possible. An Assassin already moving out on the map, so I could have actually been wrong about that. But it could just be a very early scout. Now, if you want to get your replays in, we've got a new challenge going. The upcoming challenge will be the Budget Battles Challenge. Basically, it's another variation of knife fight in a phone booth or something that we've done variations of many times, and it forces you to keep the action going. Essentially, you are not allowed to get more than 40 workers. Now, of course, this is trying to incentivize you to be aggressive and attack a lot. So maybe you open up with a 12 pool, build a few more workers, and then go for a Baneling bust, and then build a few more workers, and then you've got Mutalisks in there, and you build a couple more workers, but then you're already almost at 40 workers on 2 bases, and it's time to go back into roaches or something like that. Just an idea. Of course, spitballing, you guys can do whatever you want, but the idea is it's always going to be a follow-up of something that is relatively aggressive, as you can't actually go... What are you doing, drone? Oh. Okay, I better finish up my explanation. Obviously, if you have a cap of 40 drones, the game cannot get stale and boring. Speaking of not stale and boring, guys, that was a hatchery cancel into a sporting pool outside the base. Chimichanga had the expansion blocked, takes the third. Assassin has seen the gas, seen the hatch, probably... Oh, no, hasn't seen the hatch. Is going to come out here and see this hatchery now. And then he's going to maybe go back and check for the spawning pool. But Assassin's gone for a Nexus, which is not good because... Actually, is it? I mean, that can't do anything. It's not like a hatchery where they can build spine crawlers. I don't even... Okay, Assassin sees it now. There's a spawning pool sitting outside the base. I mean, Proxy Everything. There's Proxy, and then there's... I mean, you could just hide it somewhere on the map, right? I'm okay with Proxy, it just being literally a proxy. Doesn't have to be in proximity to your enemy's base. A proxy, like a legal proxy, like anywhere that's not in your base. You know, taking care of all your spawning pool affairs from the other side of the world, that sort of thing. Anyways, Chimichanga's up in the main base. The probe is like going to come back in here and he's like, wait, where is your spawning pool? What is happening in this game? Assassin is going to have their brain broken. I mean, they've seen the spawning pool here. I assume they've noticed it. Let's go to Assassin's camera. Okay, Assassin's seen it. Assassin's building extra gateways, but his supply blocked right now. Starts a second gateway. Behind this, a Roach Warren goes... What? A hatchery cancel into a Roach Warren up here for Chimichanga, essentially proxying the Roach Warren. So that, oh my god. So there's no way to know there's going to be a Roach follow-up. Chimichanga says, oops. Okay. What, saying that bragging because you killed the probe, I guess. Looks like these drones still are building a little bit, but we'll be going back out in just a second. Adepts coming out. I think Zealots would have been great to finish off that spawning pool and confirm that kill. But behind it, we've got... Misplaced the old pool again, says Chimichanga. Okay, Chimichanga here, trying to play coy, but honestly, I think at this point, all you're really doing is trying to overwhelm your opponent with stupidity. This spawning pool is a complete distraction. It's going to bleed out on its own, but hoping to take Assassin's vision. Let's go to Assassin's camera. Assassin's taking gas. Why are we taking a third gas? You've already got 2 gases and 300 in the bank. Assassin needs to be pumping units and building a shield battery right now. There is a single queen moving across this map. 8 roaches on the way. 2 queens walking across this map. Chimichanga's going to hide the queens just out of vision. It's going to wait for these broodlings to pop and then go in for it. Oh, Chimichanga is doing the naughty. But looks like the Lings go in a little bit early. The Adept and the Stalker are going to take those ones out. The Adept and the Stalker are so confused right now. Assassin may be a deadly warrior known for killing important people for money. But in this case, the Assassin is more like a confused person. Because I would have no idea what's happening right now if I was Assassin. Now, I think Assassin has enough units. The 3-gate production's been pretty good. No shield battery and hitting a bit of a supply block. Oh, here come the drones! Who the hell pulls drones with this? I thought this attack was held, but the drones pull through. Oh my god, the probes need to get in there and surround. But oh my god, the Zealot goes down at the front. The Stalker's going to go down. Needs to pull that Stalker back, but the surround gets in. The drones surrounding the Stalkers, those were the ranged units that were going to be able to get damage. This is the dumbest build of all time. I feel like if Assassin wasn't so shocked by this, they could have just pulled those gateway units back, built a shield battery, and easily won this game. But now with Chimichanga on top of them, Okay, I think as Assassin, you just pull all the probes and you can take this out, right? Here we go. Yes, Assassin's realized. I think Assassin can hold this because that's so many more probes. It's only like 4 or 5 roaches and 2 queens. Oh, but the Stalker's going to get focus fired. That was a lot of the damage. And the Zealot is trapped behind, so it's not dealing damage right now. Probes have very weak damage. You needed that Stalker and Zealot to getting hits, and they're not getting any hits in at all. Finally, the Zealot gets on the roaches, but so many probes have already died. The Queen looks like she's going to survive. Most of the roaches do as well. There's still 4 roaches up, 3 more rallying across the map. The probes go for this round. Assassin with some pretty good micro, but Chimichanga pulling out perhaps the dumbest build I've ever seen and kind of broke Assassin's brain there. Assassin going for a 3rd gas, 500 gas. What's crazy is I gotta watch that end again. When that attack first came in, it looked like Assassin had held on. The 3-gate production was a really good response. Extra production, extra army to be safe. But those drones surrounding was actually a massive game changer. Not only did the Queens walk in, because this early defense was sick for Chimichanga, but the drone drill actually won the game. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. What an absolutely disgusting savage. Not to mention the proxy roach warrant. GG, well played. Alright, our next game is going to be a TVT. We got Shift Click Hero in the top right side up against C-Top Echo. Shift Click Hero, I like that name. All about queuing up actions for extra efficiency. Already sending an SCV out. I think Shift Click Hero might be our proxy master this game. Echo just moving to the ramp to get that depot started right on time. This is a pretty high level game. That depot started exactly on 100 minerals. Extra SCVs queuing. Yeah, this is a pretty tight build for both players. So we're looking at a pretty high level TVT in this Proxy Everything challenge. But looks like Shift Click Hero is going to get going real fast. Now, I actually really like proxies in TVT. I like to do a proxy marauder off a single barracks, then follow up with a factory at home, and then proxy a starport into cloaked banshees. And there have been games where I scout, I see they've got ravens and defense, so the banshees aren't going to do anything, and I just hide them and wait and wait and wait. And sometimes, because they've got ravens, they never build turrets, and when they move across the map, your banshees fly and kill all their workers, and sometimes that wins you the game. It's a very silly move, but it could definitely work out. Then again, this does not look like it's going to be Marauders because there's no space for that. It's right in the natural. And I wonder if Echo is playing against a random player because they're doing a 1-rack expand with 1 gas and a very early scout. Normally in TVT, you'd be going for a quick double gas build. Very rare if you're going to do an expand to scout this early. But Proxy Reaper is a thing. And in this case, seeing only that depot, how do we react? Does the 2nd gas go down for Echo? Maybe Echo just goes for the high ground expansion. Like I said, these players are pretty high level. 300 APM for Echo, over 100 for Shift Click Hero. I think that tells you the story of this game, right? Echo looks like they're trying to play a bit more of a solid standard game. And I think on the other hand, Shift Click Hero is going to be our cheese master. That SCV does get taken down. Nicely done. A factory already getting proxied on the front as well as a Reaper into a Marine. And behind this, a bunker goes up on the high ground. That's going to cover that Reaper ledge and part of the front. There is still an opening here and an opening over here, though. But going into Marauders, Marauders smash Reapers. They take very little damage from them. Super tanky. They outrange them as well with a factory. And now a 2nd gas going down. It does look like Echo will be fine. I think Echo might have also gone gas first. Okay, Reaper comes in. Shift Click Hero accidentally bounces himself with that. Goes after the fresh mule. If he can get the mule, that would be huge. But good micro by Echo pulling that away. And this is what I'm talking about. Echo's really... These guys are both really clearly high-level players. Reaper doesn't really get anything. Marine at the front is harassing. Maybe distracts the Marauder enough to jump back in. But nah, Echo knows a Marine can't really kill anything on its own. And is very comfortably going to deal with that the moment that Marauder decides to. Shift Click Hero, I think doesn't care too much to pay attention to the Marine. And in fact, we're proxying a starport as well. Okay, so we've got a Tech Lab factory, a starport. Still 1 base behind this, that SCV, unable to get back up the ramp since the wall is raised. And I think Shift Click Hero is committed probably too much to this at this stage. Like, no expansion at all. Shift Click Hero needs to find some more damage. Tried to go back in with the Reaper, but you can see it got hit by the Marauders and ran away straight away. Cyclone is on the way. Echo hasn't started the command center either, actually. So Echo is playing very paranoid. But as I say that, SCV moves over command center, starts to go up. All right. At this point, I think we're getting an idea of the filth that Shift Click Hero is doing. It is just trying to get the opponent pinned in their corner of the map to get away with some cheeky BS. We've got an SCV hiding in the top left, ready for a follow-up proxy. We've got an SCV hitting... Oh, no. Okay, we're going to go corner base. So it's going to be corner base plus cloaked banshees and widow mines. So the Widow Mines are going to try and slow down the move out, just turn the map into a bit of a minefield. For those who don't know, Widow Mines one-shot Cyclones. So Cyclones absolutely hate Widow Mines. And maybe even bait the Cyclones into the Banshees to make that happen. There's an armory on the way, so even after it fires, you're going to need detection to take it out. And Cloaked Banshees, Invisible Mines. I mean, that's a nasty way to play. I still feel, though, like Echo kind of... I play a lot of challenges, and sometimes you play these Terrans that are like brick wall Terrans. And essentially, they're so good at shutting down all your silliness and just taking a few safety precautions, it feels like you can't get any fun to happen. And I feel like Shift-Click Hero might be running into that wall right now. Like, the Banshee's coming in. Okay, now's the opportunity. Cyclone's up there. Could get some damage, but Cloak is still about 20 seconds away. Funnily enough, Echo's going Cloak as well, so it's Cloak versus Cloak. Banshee's going to get 3 kills, 4 kills. That Cyclone's going to finish you. There's no escape. Might as well get one more SCV before you go down, and that's 5 SCVs. Not bad for the first Banshee, but definitely not game-changing. Ooh, the Command Center. The Command Center's at 99%, but forgetting to put an SCV back on it. Echo maybe a little shook right now, getting a Banshee and Cloak of their own, but desperately needing that. Another Banshee's going to come in. Cloak is ready. More and more of them are building. There's Widow Mines burrowing all over the shop. Oh, you're kidding me. The first Cloak Banshee comes out, flies into the Widow Mine. Oh, no. And then it goes after the Reaper and flies into another Widow Mine. Oh, my gosh. Investing in Cloak and a Banshee. For all that, you might as well cancel Cloak now. You swap to Raven production. Please don't let Cloak finish. You don't have any Banshees. Please. Please. All right, here we go. Oh, you've always got to scan before the Cyclone locks on, because otherwise that happens, guys. And you see how the lock-on got broken, and by the time the second one goes off, gets out of scan range and forces a second scan. So slight reaction speed mistake there from Echo, but overall shuts it down pretty well. He's getting Stim Bio, 3 Barracks Factory, going to get a Raven as well to deal with the follow-up, but I'm still worried about these Cyclones. Echo doesn't know about it. Oh my god, that's some fragile bio. Oh, big shot. Takes out a Marauder. 4 Marines get hit by the splash. And look at that, these Marines here as well, just going to be a little bit annoying. The fact that Shift-Click Hero is building Marines out of here really gives me insight into Shift-Click Hero's mindset. Shift-Click Hero is not about playing the most efficient style. Shift-Click Hero is about winning in the dumbest way possible. Uh-oh, Banshee, don't fly through the Raven. What are you doing, Shift-Click Hero? Get out of there. Oh my god, going after the Reddit Point Marines, the Raven can see you. If he clicks on the Cyclone, maybe it could work. The Cyclone is still locked onto the barracks, which is a big mistake. Oh, if he finished the Cyclone off, that might have been worth it. But as it was, not too sure about that. Behind it, Fleet Beacon's on the way. Gas is going up in the corner. And another expansion on the right side of the map. Shift-Click Hero is a dirty, dirty lad. Just going for some disgusting plays, Shift-Click Hero. I keep saying lad. I don't really know the gender of anyone playing. So Shift-Click Hero is definitely a dirty Tyranno. A dirty Tyrannus. A dirty Terran. The Raven. Look out, look out, look out, look out. Widow Mines. Oh my goodness, Widow Mines there as well. Barely unable to fire. Banshee comes in again. Don't think it's going to get too much. This Cyclone Raven control's been pretty good. Echo's actually been covering up well. Getting a 3rd command center behind this. There's now 3 barracks here. Stim, concussive. Just needs to go shields and then medevacs. And I feel like, once again, the direct damage is not there. The units lost tab is in favor of blue. Yes, blue's down 9 SCVs, but none of these expansions are defensible. If any of these get found, that's going to be really awkward. Ooh, the Widow Mines looks like they took out the Cyclone, and then the new Banshee comes in. Oh, no! That's so unfortunate. Auto turret goes down. Shift-Click Hero, get out of there. Get out of there, Shift-Click Hero. Why you fly north? Okay, I think they're called Shift-Click Hero for a reason, guys. Remember the APM differential. Shift-Click Hero is clearly not your god-tier mechanical player in terms of speed. Choosing to not just fly off to the right, where they could have baited the turrets and run away. Bit of a mistake there. Now, they're building their own Raven. 2 armories here, as well as 2 more starports. They're going to try and sneak up the BCs. The big advantage is that Echo hasn't seen what's happening. Widow Mine lands on those Ravens. Doesn't take him out, though. Just damages them. Catching this factory and starport's pretty massive. I really find myself kind of cheering for the honorable macro player in this scenario. 50%? 50% is pull out some dirty cheese, get this weird Raven battlecruiser double upgrade follow-up to work for Shift-Click Hero. Transferring SCVs from the main to the top left corner as well. I think that Raven's just going to go for some auto turret harass. There are some turrets around that left side of the map as well. The Raven is going to get out. Let's see. Does Shift-Click Hero do anything with it? Hiding in the dead space for now. Unfortunately, there is a siege tank there. This is the old auto turret, so it will take 3 siege tank shots to kill it. Just going to damage the tank and drag a little bit of friendly fire. No, actually, it didn't drag any friendly fire into the SCVs. Battlecruisers are now on the way. The barracks did die, so it's being rebuilt. The barracks and the factory died, which is why Shift-Click Hero can't build any more starports right now. And against a player who's getting a 3rd Raven mass bioproduction, 5 barracks, 1-1 upgrades, this is scary because Echo's getting the setup needed, but oh, 2 Ravens go down. Oh, that is frustrating. Luckily did build a 3rd one. He's just keeping up Raven production, but the longer you build Ravens, the longer you put off medevac production, which weakens the Marines, especially once they start running into battle cruisers and you want to be building more Ravens to lock down, Vikings to shoot them down. And now all of these Widow Mines on the map start to... Actually, I guess that's the only Widow Mine because the factory's dead. But even that one Widow Mine does become more of a threat now. Still up almost 10 SCVs is Shift-Click Hero getting into the double battle cruiser. I'm so impressed that Echo is just shut down. Like I said, a brick wall Terran player, shutting down so many waves of silliness. Battle cruiser going to go after that Raven, but the Raven goes straight on by. And now realizing there's a base in the bottom right corner, perhaps is Echo. More distracted by the battle cruiser for now, though. And, ooh, Interference Matrix goes down, which will stop the battlecruiser from doing damage. Unfortunately, the Raven chases and dies to the enemy auto turret. Battlecruiser just going to hang around in the dead space. The Marines cannot really get to it. Trying to hunt down a battlecruiser on the edge of the map does not work with Marines. This is why you need a starport on a reactor right now. But instead, Echo's prioritizing the interference matrices. Stims on top, the battlecruiser teleports away. And this is going to get a fair bit of damage done. But Shift-Click Hero has to be careful. That is still a lot of 1-1 Marines with combat shields. Battlecruiser will take out the Yamato cannon. Onto the missile turret, killing quite a few SCVs. That Raven goes down, but oh no, he flies into the missile turrets. The Marines with some nice stutter set. We were talking about the mechanics earlier of Echo. Echo takes out the first 2 battle cruisers and avoids catastrophic damage. The turret's helping out. As long as you can reset your economy, get back on track, you'll be good as Echo. Echo's got a Thor. Thor's in single fire mode, destroy battle cruisers. And there's nothing but BCs and a single tank building for Shift-Click Hero. On the other hand, Shift-Click Hero has 66 workers and 2-2 upgrades starting. And Echo now realizing, wait, you've got the bottom right. You've also got the left side of the map. Oh no! Okay, Widowmine did get a shot off. A lot of those Marines heavily damaged. Remember, there's no medevacs out, but he's going to quickly run to the top side of the map, try and deny it. Unfortunately, behind this, the battlecruiser's in there. It's going to do damage. That Thor needs to get down there. It's got those big guns out and try to take on these BCs, but it's not going to happen before a lot of SCVs go down. Quickly trying to get those missile turrets built as easily as possible. Trying to do that, not able to do it just yet. Starport's in the top left. All the new production gets found. Echo is going to shut that down way quicker than the battlecruisers can shut down his economy. This is a big loss for the red player. First BC died to the Thor. Second one also dies. That's 2 Thor kills on that, 2 battlecruiser kills on that Thor. That Thor is a beast. 4 BCs have died this game. There is no army whatsoever for red. Red is up a handful of workers, but is losing a command center here. That command center is floating, which means it is 3 base versus 3 base. This game is pretty darned close. I do think Thors are good, but I really think the starport, one of these starports getting on the reactor, building a few medevacs, and then Vikings is the best way to deal with the BCs and to support the Marines on the ground. I think the Marines and the Marauders are still the god tier units against everything except the BCs. Interference Matrix goes down. These Ravens going to hang out here. The Marines, if they stem underneath, could do a lot of damage, but looks like the BC will get out of there. Only really getting scratched up a bit. 135 hit points of damage go down. And it's going to try and kite on the edge. The Ravens, unfortunately, are going to run in and die. Oh no, another Interference Matrix goes down. The Thor could move to the edge and easily gun it down. But Echo, you can see, is struggling in the panic. That Widowmine got another shot off, finally scans and kills it. Looks like the Ravens go down, or at least one of them does. The BCs are just dancing around, and Echo is getting lured this way and that way. I think Echo, being solid as a brick all game long, comes at a price, and we can see that facade starting to fragment now. Starting to see the cracks in the armor as Shift-Click Hero continues to do the most annoying stuff ever, refusing to fight front on. The Marines have almost stemmed themselves to death. New BC Thor does come out though. Oh no, you gotta teleport out, teleport out. These BCs are gonna go down. Shift-Click Hero is not watching, I don't think. And it looks like, okay, they barely get out of here. The Thor unable to catch that. It is a slower unit. This base still mining healthily, as is this base. A big line of factories on the right side with Magfield coming in. Magfield, very good versus the Vikings. Will it be able to stand against everything else, though? I'm not quite sure. This is scary, though, because it's a swap into ground for Shift-Click Hero, who truly is proxying everything, by the way, guys. I would have been totally okay if Shift-Click Hero just proxied at the start, Barracks Factory, and then did a very normal game, but is only expanding to the edges of the map, refusing to take the initial 4 bases or build any production back there. But Echo's coming in with some revenge, gonna take out those tanks. That Raven goes down on full energy. Oh, this is really bad for red. This base is really exposed, but 2 BCs are about to pop out, and a lot of those Marines are heavily damaged. If they stim one more time, they're all 1 or 2 BC shots from dying. The BCs pop out just before the starports go down. Massive, massive win for Shift Click Hero, getting those BCs out just barely in time. The Marines, the Vikings, the Thor, all splitting up. And look at this. Now the Cyclone can help support the BCs versus the Vikings. Double Yamato onto the Thor could be massive. One of the BCs should be going down there, and it will, but at what cost? Every single bit of Echo's army falls. And it feels like finally, for the first time in this game, we're seeing Shift Click Hero in the positive win column. Actually getting a positive trade, teleporting on top now. There's not enough units to defend. Remember, the Marines never really had any medevacs or anything, and trying to build Ravens still. But Ravens, Thors, and Vikings, it's too many different units all to counter the same thing, which is the BCs. You want to just focus on 1 or 2 of those, Thors and Ravens, or Vikings and Ravens, not Thors and Vikings and Ravens, because we can see the lack of medevacs means the Marines have suffered because of that, and that is the big issue for Echo. Shift Click Hero just picking them apart, dancing in and out, does have Yamatos available. It's going to try and teleport. Okay, that may be... Are we watching Florencio? Is this Florencio? That was the most Florencio teleport I have ever seen. He just teleported literally the same distance he could have moved during the time it takes to cast teleport, and didn't even get him any closer to the Viking while doing it. Does go through after the missile turrets. The SCV's trying to mass repair the turret, fighting his little heart out. That one little man in that missile turret just aiming on. But that is devastating damage, and it looks like Shift Click Hero re-landing the base on the left, still muling these bases on the right side. The scans go down. Echo with the realization that they are playing a very naughty, naughty Shift Click Hero, and they've been done. They've been caught out. They've been surprised this game, and fair enough, you know. You got to give credit where it's due. Shift Click Hero did some weird, and even though Echo played a pretty good defensive game, at some point you do need to get back out there and do some counter aggression. You can imagine even just a single lib or 8 Marine drop snaking around the corners to do damage to the infrastructure. Anything to pull the attention away should have allowed the 270 APM Terran to out multitask the player who's only on 150. But if you let this player set up the fights like this, you can see the power of this sort of style. And those Cyclones, dude, look at them just ruin those Vikings. The battle cruisers are almost like the big bait. The tanks ruin the Marines. The Cyclones ruin the Vikings. And the BCs just dance around in the air, luring him to his death. 1 BC, oh, it barely survived. 2 hit points, you're kidding me. Only 1 Viking left right now, and I think it's time to throw in the towel. Echo does. And that there is a beautiful execution of the Proxy Everything challenge. Shift Click Hero did the challenge times 1,000. That was restrictive and beautiful. Well played, mate. All right, let's get into the next game here. JW Brain in the top right side, the red Terran. We've also got Sugar Bear XO in the bottom left. No doubt a parting fan. He calls all of his clan members his subscribers to his stream, of course, when he's actually streaming and not stuck in the Korean military like he is right now. His Sugar Bears. I'm sure he'll be back in a little bit. Now, this replay's got me a little bit excited, guys. It is the final one for today, but it said dumb but fun is what was written as a note by one of my mates that helps sort replays for me and gives me the funnier ones to watch, so we'll see. We'll see. Fun but dumb. I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means. I'm curious. Okay, whoa, look at that. Our Toastalope just running around. Oh, sorry, that's the Tastalope. Our Toastalope's the green one. Running around like mad. So JW Brain is going to proxy a command center in the corner. Terran's enjoying their proxies. Big surprise, right? I do like that we got a Zerg proxy. Pretty rare that Zergs proxy their stuff, but proxy hatch rushes is more what I was expecting, not proxy spawning pool and roach warren. I was thinking maybe someone would drop creep out of an overlord, build a spire hidden in the corner, that sort of stuff. But this is a command center into another SCV. So this is command center first. And what? And are we going to build a barracks down here as well? JW Brain's definitely got some special tactics coming out. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know why the depot's there. Oh, they're doing the AFK build. Oh, it's the AFK build. Okay, there's actually 13 workers there, but I doubt Sugar Bear counts. So this looks, because remember, workers in Legacy of the Void auto mine at the start, JW Brain is trying to make it look like they're AFK. They're doing the AFK build. Now, some people, what you can do is you can say has left the game at the start and do this to try to convince some people. But the other way is just, if you say nothing, an experienced player is more likely to buy it. Because saying nothing, they might think, oh, okay, you're just, you're not there. You just, you queued game, and then you forgot you queued, you got distracted by something, your girlfriend came home, you realized you left the oven on, who knows, something distracted you, right? But the problem here is that Sugar Bear thinks it's a proxy. So Sugar Bear is like, oh, I'm getting proxy, but you got to wonder, where's the depot? So Sugar Bear's just going, ooh, if they don't have buildings in their base, they must be proxying. So Sugar Bear's not even thinking about the AFK. Is building shield battery, pumping out zealots and adepts, has been completely tricked here. Oh my god. It's not the trick that Brain was going for, but it's nonetheless a very effective trick. That's actually bloody hilarious. This is kind of like game one in that it's like your build is so dumb that it completely confuses the opponent and breaks their brain. Oh, I don't know what this third command center is about. Is that third CC before barracks? Oh, is it a planetary? They're going to try and build a planetary here, but the probe finds it. That is very bad for JW Brain. Oh my god, it's so close. 67, 68, 69. It's not going to get there. It's not going to get there. The command center, 2 seconds from being finished. It's going to need to grab an SCV from over here. JW Brain, get an SCV over there now. You got to go finish that command center, buddy. Looks like the adepts are going to come out as well. Oh no, JW. I don't think JW's even realized, to be honest. This seems like a pretty geriatric game. JW Brain is on 27 APM, up against 210. Wait. That is a disgusting APM discrepancy, guys. Sugar Bear's playing a pretty tight game. I mean, it looks like a Masters 3 game. Just misread the scouting a little bit, which could happen to anyone, right? It's a rare thing. Oh, okay, new SCV comes over. We'll finish the command center. But these 3 adepts are going to come in. Trying to wall off now is JW Brain. Did JW Brain see the adepts? Oh my god. Okay, so JW Brain right now is going to float in the command center, building more SCVs elsewhere, but has so little economy. And only now is trying to wall off, realizing that adepts could be coming in, but the wall off is not finished, and that's a very vulnerable wall off. Those adepts are going to tear that one down. On the other hand, Sugar Bear does have 3 of their 4 units in the wrong spot of the map. Where's the Zealot? Where is that Zealot? The Zealot's at home. There's no other units at home right now. Trying to go Blink, Robo, extra gateways. An Immortal would destroy this. Also, just pulling probes would kill it. It's coming right in. 2 Stalkers are warping in. The Wall-Off's going to go down. Sugar Bear can get in there and kill all those workers, which represent the vast majority of Brain's economy. Brain's going to land it and morph the planetary. All Sugar Bear needs to do is pull the probes to attack this, warp in 2 more Stalkers. You should be able to kill it in time. Remember, this is no building armor. If building armor's been upgraded, you really want to block it landing or just run away. But otherwise, you can do it. But Sugar Bear's distracted. Sugar Bear's so focused on killing with the adepts on the other side of the map. But remember, doesn't know about the corner base. Thinking that's the entire economy is a wrong assertion here. And there is a shield battery. If you chrono an Immortal, make more Stalkers, you could do this. You could take it out, especially with battery overcharge. But we haven't pulled probes. Pulling probes too late, but the double mule is going to drop. JW Brain is all in on this command center. This planetary rush has to work right now. Oh, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. Oh my god. 37 APM versus 210, but the planetary is absolutely destroying. The mules barely kept it alive by a sliver of life. And a sliver's all you need, baby, because that planetary, I don't even know if it's taking damage anymore. 110, it is still taking damage. If the Stalkers pull back and heal in the battery, they'd be fine. But they didn't pull back to the battery. There's no battery overcharge going down either. Okay, now Sugar Bear repositions, but why aren't we building more units? Why no more Immortals? The probes also could have just ran to the natural and expanded elsewhere and built new production. You did not need to fight this at all. But Sugar Bear staring at it. Still no battery overcharge. What are you doing? You can still beat the mule repair. You can still beat the mule repair. Sugar Bear's brain is completely broken. Honestly, I mean, there are so many dumb builds today. We are literally just seeing players fall apart mentally in the face of weird. The adepts are still on the other side of the map. Doesn't know about the command center in the bottom right. Wait, why would you leave? If you don't know about the command center in the bottom right, that means you assume this is the only economy they've got. If you send your probes there, you have 8 probes, they have 3 SCVs that can't even mine properly. Why wouldn't you just... Oh, that's so dumb. That's so dumb. Sugar Bear was just mentally broken and confused, but I understand it. Nobody enjoys getting such weird builds. And right from the start, scouting what was meant to look like an AFK build, thinking they were being proxied, and then just having their mind blown. Sugar Bear was way too confused by everything going on in that game. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you guys enjoy fun, crazy matches like this, check out some of the other ones on the screen for your viewing pleasure, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye and good night.